Here we are. Shut your teeth. Wow. Contains free software. Should I have a disclaimer for like flashing lights and trigger warnings since I have zero idea what we're rolling into and nobody can really... Yeah, I probably should have. Oh well, it's kind of late now. Includes software including links. Found here, sure. Shut Your Teeth visual novel was developed over the course of 18 months. I lost my job and I was stranded abroad, so I decided to make this game free for all the people whose life was affected by COVID, for everyone. Oh yeah, a bunch of the games are brand new, new and upcoming release listings was what I went through first when I was making the list of games for this. So some of these don't have ratings, like Steam ratings. And I guess this is one of them. Got solid menu music. Alright, let's go. Attention! This visual novel is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Parents strongly cautioned. Some material may be inappropriate for children under 16. Under 16? This game is best played with sound. Not headphones, sound. Oh, cheers to this dude for making a free game in his struggles, or their struggles, sorry, that's not to say. Their name was listed, I already forgot what it was. I do apologize. But, hey buddy, thanks for the free game. And I hope you're doing better. I know, 16 is a weird age. Then again, a lot of places in the world, 16 is where you're considered an adult. For everything but voting in America, too. On drinking, I guess. Read in chronological order. The tension grows slowly and gradually, but it might be boring to impatient readers. Read in jumbled order. Let's cut to the chase, however the plot might seem complicated and chaotic at first. I have no idea how long this game is. Read in jumbled order. What could Russian Thai virtual TV channel 2021. News host. You didn't even bother giving her a name, huh? Hello, this is the first Russian Thai virtual TV channel. Amazing news and incidents straight from the Kingdom of Thailand. What? Where's the Russian? We'll start today's report with a few questions from Russian expatriates living in Thailand. Retiree from Payat City found a strange artifact of ritual nature on his doorstep. He inquires how to protect his home and himself in case of one of the neighbors is casting spells on him. Our audience is well aware that Thailand is not merely a beach destination, but a country steeped in a rich tradition of ancestor worship and animism. There are rituals of black magic and sacrifices, as well as superstitions that can be dangerous for unsuspecting people. Nevertheless, I hasten to reassure Ivan Simonovich from Patia, your find has nothing to do with the jigs. These are just sprigs of lychee left over after the berries were eaten. Our dedicated viewers are already familiar with the infamous Ivory Cove condominium, which has repeatedly appeared in our reports over the years. According to rumors, the building is haunted, which is why accidents happen to the residents every now and then. They're rushing through the news? Alright, Cogswell. We were asked, what is the real cause of all the troubles happening to our compatriots in this suspiciously cheap old condo in Rayong province? Rayong? I'm not going to be able to say that right. I apologize for butchering any pronunciations. Let me guess. Poor maintenance. The Ivory Cove residents did not know who or what they should fear. Thai ghosts, neighbors or their own children, but nothing stays secret forever. Thanks to brilliant investigation conducted by our reporters, or rather reportress, who wishes to remain anonymous. Reportress? No, that's not... Okay. Today you will learn all the details of this thrilling story right after we are finished with the expats questions. If there are any parents with children watching, you should know that our special report is not intended for minors. Who knows what gruesome ideas might come to their pretty heads? As our investigation shows, demons may be lurking beneath the surface of even the most innocent souls. The last question for today has been asked from Phengyang Island in Suratani Province. Can frogs be possessed? They're turning the frogs possessed! Can frogs be possessed? Can a frog be possessed twice? No, possessed would be too good. Can a frog be possessed twice? Our unlucky viewer has rented a venue for yoga and meditation lessons next to a little swamp. It seems to her the sounds the frog make at night resemble the monotonous chants of Buddhist monks. Can it be that the souls of the dead have merged with amphibians? I suggest we all listen to the audio recording together and draw our own conclusion. Then we will proceed to the special episode. Oh, please just be frogs and no yelling. I don't need this in my ears. Day 1. This is a terrifying scream. Day 1 to day 6. That's right, we're jumping about. Can a blank get strangles twice? Yep. It's always a fair question. Nevertheless, in this mansion of gloom, I now propose to myself a sojourn of some weeks. Its proprietor, Roderick Usher, has been one of my boon companions in boyhood, but many years has elapsed since our last meeting. Yay. Edgar Allan Poe, The Fall of the House of Usher? Is this a second stream? Yeah, alright. That's the second stream where that particular bit has shown up. Okay. January 11th, 2020, day 6. They are not to scale, or this man's head is gigantic. In the morning of the 11th of January, a young man named Maxim was bidding farewell to his best friend at the central bus station in Rayong, a provincial town on the eponymous Thai province. Getting there from Summit Island turned out to be quite an adventure. Our hero's sacrum was hurting due to the prolonged astride sitting on a motorbike. His head was splitting with excruciating pain, both because of the heat and yesterday's drinking. So these are friends of the developer, or Google image search. Oh yeah, no, one or the other. This man is wearing a fitness band, so probably just friends of the guy who made this, or the person who made this. The friend mentioned above, named Aton, had already bought a ticket to Utapao Airport. I don't know why I gave that. That's not how you would pronounce that in Thai. Located 70 kilometers away, and there were only a few minutes left before the departure. As for Maxim, he planned to visit his former classmate and get the money he was owed. That was his priority number 1. Another drinking spree, lay low, and resting were also necessary, but could wait. Alright, Atuan, I'm gonna hit the road. My ass is killing me and I need a bed to fall on. All that's left is to get there. You gonna go to that asshole? The one you were cussing out yesterday? true. Alexei knew how to piss Max out of himself like no other. His caring mom-style behavior was to blame. For instance, why did he have to call and cluck his nonsense into the phone a day ago? It's not like they would have agreed on a romantic date, so why did it matter to him when Maxim would arrive? If he would, of course. If not, there's a wireless money transfer, for God's sake. Most of all, Maxim hated he felt obligated to other people. My damn visa expired. My flight to Vietnam is still 5 days away. I gotta lay low at the dork's place till then. 500 baht for each day of overstaying paid upon departure should entirely solve the issue if we manage to get to the airport. However, checking into hotels or guest houses with an expired visa was risky. That's it. I feel like I'm learning things. Oh yeah, that's right. Start the poll. Oh geez, how long have I already been? Oh, this is gonna be a little bit longer. The absurd Thai immigration laws that made it necessary to avoid document checks as well as confrontations with any authorities. Any illegal tourist detained on the country's territory, even with a slight delay, was threatened with a real prison sentence. I also need the cash he owes me. That should be enough to keep him going till the flight to Vietnam. Maxim had been throwing money about like a drunken sailor the last 2 weeks. He also had to buy another plane ticket in order to stay longer with his friend. And the partying cost more than he expected. As luck would have it, he also hadn't had any gigs for quite a while. Some too many remote programmers wanted to travel the world instead of living a boring city life, and it wasn't easy to compete with them. Besides, Maxim was a natural-born money spender. So, did you get like 2 posts of this man and a dozen of this man? Maxim, Divisdani Aton, fair winds and following seas. Have a nice flight to frosty Moscow. So wait, the Russian part of the first one, I guess the characters of this game were just Russian people in Thailand? And do something about these jeans or you'll freeze or dig off by the time you get home. Good advice. That's funny, I'll see you something, I clicked too fast. Antoine climbed aboard a scruffy minivan and dozed off as soon as he took his seat. Maxim put his hands in the short pockets and started to walk decisively in the parking lot's direction. 20 more kilometers and Bob's your uncle, he said quietly to himself. And a minute later, he drove out towards the Ivory Cove condominium. Oh, so the story's about the condo. Ivory Cove. All right, here we are. Max got off the motorbike, rubbing his sore bottom. Apparently, a plot point they're gonna mention multiple times is that his ass is really sore. He'd urgently needed a drink of still water, or preferably a cold beer. I mean, cheers to that. But first things first, he had to call Alexei. He didn't remember the apartment number, and it wouldn't take long to get lost in these concrete guts without a guide. What a hellhole. Oh, some foreshadowing, is it? Cogs was just yelling boo, new game boo. Alright, everybody vote. I don't know if I want to wait the full 10 minutes. I've already been 14 minutes of this game. Fate clearly favored Maxim, saving him from the need to live in a miserable condominium called Ivory Cove. Subletting the damn apartment had been a godsend idea. Where had his eyes been when he decided to rent it? He must have been drunk. Holding the phone to his ear, Maxim listened to the silence for a long time, and then the operator announced in a cheeky voice the number dialed was incorrect. How so? It was the same number from which Alexei had been calling so persistently for the last 3 days. An attempt to dial his Russian SIM was also unsuccessful. The subscriber was unavailable. Yesterday, it had seemed like such a good idea to hang up the phone and not listen to Yoyashi's unpleasant nasal voice, but in the end it turned out sideways. They not only hadn't agreed upon a specific time of visit, but Maxim didn't even know where to find his pal if something happened. Hey! Crap, what am I gonna do now? Having said this, Max came to a disappointing conclusion. There was absolutely no one around to hear his rant. The administration office, on which he had pinned some hopes, also seemed to have died out. An old rattling fan barely circulated the hot air inside. After waiting for 5 minutes, our hero ended up with nothing. Our hero now! His head began to ache even more than before. A mockingly cheerful voice in the receiver blabbed about the called subscriber's inaccessibility, was repeatedly piercing his ears like an owl. It was time to stop calling and change tactics. Maxim entered the cafe he noticed at the moment of his arrival. The tables were empty except for one, where a girl about 12 was sitting and sipping some soy milk through a straw. The young man glanced at the misted glass and swallowed reflexively. He immediately felt like drinking. In the absence of a waitress, he helped himself to a large bottle of beer from the fridge, opened it, and started to suck out the foamy liquid even before landing at a free table. When he looked down, he noticed that the girl who had already finished her milk was standing right in front of him. Hi! Are you the new kid on the block in our Thai wilderness? I'm Christina. It sounded like a catchphrase prepared in advance. The hangover hadn't yet begun to recede despite the ice-cold remedy in the bottle he was clutching to his sweaty palm. Maxim was still feeling queasy about but showed unheard of restraint and didn't say any nasty things no matter how hard he wanted to. He wanted to mock her two stupid tales. Only preschoolers wear such a hairstyle or speak out against calling him a kid, because she must have confused him with one of her classmates, the little bitch. What in the world is a hard, aggressive turn? What a daring chick! When Maxim had been her age, it wasn't common for girls to come up and talk to strangers, especially strangers like him with eyes red from the lack of sleep and hands slightly trembling. We met Alex. The girl didn't expect a counter question. She must have thought he'd reply in a friendly way and get acquainted with her, like all the simpletons she had met before. Lyosha, a stoop-shouldered boring guy. You know him. How are the poll results coming? 2 new game boos and Cogswell's going bananas in the chat. I think it's about time we just say goodbye to this. How far are we from the end of chapter that I was aiming for? A long ass way. These chapters are long. This is not a short game. So if somebody likes visual novels, this is a free visual novel called Shut Your Teeth that involves some form of horror. And it was made mostly with free software. And picture of their friends, apparently. But for now, I think I'm going to say end poll. And we're going to go back